Ready? Hi guys, welcome to Just Good Food. My name is Lynette, and I'm happy that you guys are here again. So today I'm gonna make empanadas. So these are not just any empanadas because I'm gonna make it with Maseca. It's actually a mix of mixta masa and regular maseca, but you can use regular maseca or you can use just mixta masa. Just use whatever you have on hand, okay? So all I'm doing is using the harina, and then I'm gonna add water little by little. Don't put it all at once because then you might over put the water. So just add it little by little. I'll show you how. Okay guys, so here I am. I'm about to start adding water, okay? I know for sure that this is gonna take at least 1 cup, but I'm gonna go ahead and put maybe almost all of it, and I'll start masándola. And you'll see it's pretty dry even after that water, so we're gonna add more. And I'm sure it's gonna take the whole cup because it's pretty still. So that was 1 cup of water. And remember, it's 3 cups of maseca. Okay, so it's still really dry, so let me get another cup. True. All right, there's still a lot of, you see right there? So when you see that, there's a lot of dry right here, you're gonna keep adding water. So far we have 2 cups. That was perfect. Okay, so you see it's starting to form. When you see that, it starts to form a ball, so it'll start to come together like this, and it won't. See how it's already, then you know you gotta kind of slow down the water. Just add little bits at a time because you don't want to over. But if you do go over, you can just add a little more maseca. But then you don't want to get too dry and you go into this whole thing where you're adding maseca, you're adding water, you're adding maseca, you're adding water. Believe me, it's happened to me before. So just add little by little. So this maseca is starting to look pretty good. But it still needs a little bit more. So it's all together now. You can see that it's all together. And you can see that it's nice and soft. When I push my finger in, you see that it's real soft. It doesn't take too much, but it's still not done because there's a lot of cracks. So a good way you can tell is if you do a ball and you see all those cracks right there, that means it needs a little bit more water. And I'll show you how it comes out. So we're just gonna keep working the water in until we feel that it's at a good consistency. You want it to be nice and soft, but not too soft. Not too watery, not too dry. And when you're adding more water, you wanna make sure to mix it up well so that all the dough is hydrated, because if you don't mix it up before adding more water, you might go overboard with the water. So you just want to, just like if you're kneading dough for bread, just knead the dough and it'll turn into a nice soft consistency. You just want it to be very pliable so that you can work with it. Another way you kind of know that it's getting there is that it won't stick to your hands. If you see, I can grab it and it won't stick to my hands. All right, this is really kind of looking good. I think this is gonna be the last time. So that's been two and a half cups of water. All right, so we're gonna test it out now. Make sure it's all nice and mixed in. You don't want one part to have. And don't worry about overworking your dough. You could never overwork this kind of dough. It just keeps getting softer. Okay, so I'm gonna show you kind of how I can tell. So I can grab a ball, right? See how it's smooth? It doesn't have those cracks anymore. That's how you know. Okay, so this is ready. So the next thing you're gonna do is turn them into little balls. You can do them all first, or you can turn them into little balls as you go. I like to do it as I go. I'm gonna put a wet paper towel over top of this because this maseca will dry out. So you have to keep it kind of moist. If you see that the maseca dries out, just grab this and then wet your fingers as you're doing the balls. I'm gonna show you that. So we used 2.5 cups of water. I would say 2.5 cups of water for 3 cups of maseca. Okay? All right, so we're gonna start. So you can fill your maseca empanadas with anything. I have some ham and cheese here. I really like empanadas with ham and cheese. There's some cut up ham that I made, and that's mozzarella and cheddar, white cheddar. You can use any cheese, any ham. And then over here we have some shredded beef that I made a couple days ago. It has carrots, it has potatoes. It's really, really good, and it's gonna go great with the empanadas. And then over here we have our oil warming up so that once I make them, they'll be ready to go. I'm gonna go ahead and put it on 6 or 7, about medium high. Well, I would say medium. And we're gonna start. So I just wet a paper towel here, and I'm just gonna open it up as gently as I can so it doesn't break. And I'm gonna put it directly on top of my masa. And this is gonna keep the masa kind of just hydrated so it doesn't get, if you leave it by itself, it's gonna get a film on the top and then it's gonna be really dry. So just put that in there. So we're gonna go ahead and start. I'm gonna make the first one of ham and cheese. I'm gonna show you how I make it. So however big you want, it depends on how big you grab your ball. I'm gonna do it about the size of my palm. So I'm gonna grab it, work it a little bit. I like to work it a little bit, but it's not really necessary. So you're gonna make a ball. I think I want it a little bit bigger. Okay, it doesn't have to be perfect. Now, you're gonna put it on the press. You don't have to have this press. It could be a metal press. Any kind of press is okay. You can put the paper on top, like so. And you're gonna drop it down and you're gonna press, but you're not gonna press too hard, okay? Then you're gonna go like that and you're gonna flip it. You don't have to do this. I just like to do this because it's even on all sides. Now I'm gonna take the top paper off, and this is where I'm gonna fill my tortilla, okay? So we're gonna do a little bit of ham. Now if you overfill it, it's gonna bust while it's cooking, so don't overfill it. But you can put a nice amount in there and it'll be all right. And then I'm gonna grab some cheese and try to keep it all kind of in the middle, because if you start to go towards the sides, then it's gonna ooze out. So you want all the good stuff in the middle. Okay, that looks about right. So now we're gonna take the tortilla, and with the same paper, we're gonna roll it over and we're gonna press. We're gonna close it, okay? We're gonna press down and then we're gonna go up. Okay, now we have, so what I like to do is go around and press it gently together to make the, Okay, that one's a little bit too much, but that's okay. We're gonna fix it. We're gonna put them together. Now it's together, right? So then, just to be sure that it doesn't come out, I'm gonna take my thumb and I'm gonna go up all the way around. Up. Now here, I'm gonna fix it after, so don't you worry. And this is just sealing it in because it will pop. See? Now, since there's a little hole right there and I made it probably a little too fat, I'm gonna take some dough and flatten it out, and I'm gonna put it where the hole's at. And just press it together, just make it one, just so that the stuff doesn't come out. And there you go. Now next time I probably won't put so much in it, so that way that won't happen, but that's it. So now we're gonna take it to the fryer. To make sure your dough is pretty hot, you can drop that in there. You see, that was a piece of this, and it's ready. It's hot. All right, so we're gonna slide it in there. Let's put it on medium because it seems to be a little bit too hot. But we're gonna slide it in there. Be very careful with this part. You're gonna put it here. Now the ball has to be big enough so that the tortilla can come out thick enough to hold. So I did it a little bit bigger. I'm gonna go ahead and put the paper on it. And I turned the oil down to medium. I think medium high was too big. So I flattened it out, not too much. Now we're gonna turn it. So we turn the tortilla because if I don't turn it, now this might not be your tortillera, but it's mine. If I don't turn it, this side will be thinner than this side. So you can probably see it from there, I'm not sure, but this, wherever it goes down on, this part that I squeeze here is gonna be thinner than that side. So that's why I turn it around and stuff. Okay, so I'm not gonna squeeze it too tight. This is okay, all right? So we're gonna make one of carne now. Okay, so we're gonna take some of the shredded beef, not too much. You can't stuff it too much because then it'll pop open. So I'm gonna put a little less this time. There we go. Maybe a little bit more. Okay. Now we're gonna put some cheese on there. And just make sure all the little cheeses are in the middle so that you don't have trouble when you close it. So that's about good. So now we're gonna take it, paper and all, we're gonna flip it over, and we're gonna press gently right there in the middle so that when I pull back, it's already closed, okay? So now I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna press it gently so that it closes. And I'm just trying to do it the best I can here. Okay, so then I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna start doing like this with my thumb so that the bottom of it can go up so it seals. Because if you leave it like that, some of it will come out. But you have to do this very gently because if you don't do it gently, it'll break the masa. So this one's gonna turn out perfect. So I'm moving the paper as I'm moving the tortilla. There we go. And that's like a regular empanada. Some do it with a fork. You can do it with a fork also. This is the way I like to do it because it's a little quicker. All right, so here's the scary part. Now we're gonna come to the stove. Now this is on medium. I'm gonna use my tongs this time like I should have did the first time. I'm just so used to doing it like that, but I'm gonna use my tongs because I don't want it to hurt me. And I'm gonna go down. Now this is fast. We're only gonna let it cook about 3 or 4 minutes on each side just till you see it's a nice golden color. Okay, so I'm gonna turn it over now. Make sure you have a nice grip on it because you don't want it to burn you like it burned me. There you go. Now I should have did it on the other side so that way it would have been easier, but that's about the color that you want. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and move it out. I think it's about ready for me. It's nice and golden brown on both sides, so there it is. Yeah, so this is a finished product. This one's of beef and cheese. It's perfect because it's golden brown color, and I'll be back to take a bite. Okay, the best part, the cheese pour. So I'm gonna go ahead and try it. This is the best part. This one's ham and cheese. I have the other one that's beef and cheese, but I'm gonna try this one first. So it's really hot. You can see everything in there. It's really, really good. You can see it's still smoking. It is so delicious. Real cheesy, real yummy, and something you made yourself, right? I'm really glad that you guys took the time to watch the video. Look out for my next videos. And thank you.